Hello students, welcome back. So we are going to solve some more problems on CG. CG. So in today's class, I have taken up a problem wherein you have the reference x-axis and reference y-axis in the set position. So you can see that you have reference y-axis here and you have a reference x-axis here. So you can see that in this diagram, uh, some portion of the diagram is to the left of y-axis, some portion is to the right of y-axis. Okay, so let us see what actually happens in such cases. What actually happens in such cases, and how we are going to solve the problem. How we are going to solve the problem. Now, for the given section, the first thing is to divide the given section into common geometrical figure, and we are going to do so. Let this first diagram be a rectangle. So let this be the first one. Next, you have a triangle. Let this be the second diagram, and the third one is semicircle. Semicircle. So 1, 2, and 3. So we have divided the given section into three common geometric diagrams. Three common geometric diagrams. Now, let us calculate the area and individual centroidal distances. But before that, soon after you divide the given figure into common geometrical figures, you're supposed to locate the individual centroids. So for the first diagram, that is rectangle, your individual centroid lies somewhere at this point. Similarly, for the second diagram, which is a right angle triangle, the centroid lies somewhere at this point. And finally, for semicircle, the centroid lies somewhere at this point, which is very close to the diametrical axis. So everybody actually should remember that for a semicircle, the CG lies always near to the diametrical axis. So now that we have divided the given section and located individual centroid, next we can move on with the calculation of area and x bar and y bar of individual diagrams. Okay, now let us first consider a rectangle. So if we consider a rectangle, area of rectangle is to be calculated. So area of rectangle, it is 6, which is base, into 4.5, that is the depth. Now, how did we get 4.5? 4.5 is not directly given here. This 4.5 is actually got by the radius of semicircle, which is given as 2.25 mm. So the rectangle depth is nothing but it has the same length as that of diameter of semicircle, and diameter of semicircle is 4.5, that is 2.25 plus 2.25 put together you will get 4.5. So it is 6 into 4.5 area of a rectangle. Now next I want x bar of rectangle, and we all know that x bar is always measured from reference y-axis. So the distance of this CG from reference y-axis, it is 6 divided by 2, or b divided by 2, what you call. So it is 6 divided by 2, which is 3. Next I want the y coordinate, and we all know that the y coordinate is always measured from reference x-axis. So the distance between reference x-axis and individual CG, we know that the total depth is 4.5, that is 2.25 plus 2.25. So the CG and the axis distance is 4.5 divided by 2, which is 2.25. So this is y bar of rectangle. So we have calculated the area, x bar and y bar of rectangle. Now next, let us move on with the second diagram, that is the triangle. Now for this triangle, the respective CG lies somewhere here, that is close to the right angle, right angle. Now let us calculate its area first. So area of a triangle, half base into height, where base is 3 mm, 3 mm, height is 4.5 again, 4.5 again. So it is half into 3 into 4.5, which will give me 6.75 mm square. So this is the area. This is the area. Next, I want to calculate x bar. X bar. X bar in the sense the distance of individual CG from reference y-axis. So this is my reference y-axis. This is my individual CG. The distance between this axis and CG is 6. 6 will get me to the face. 6 will get me to the face. So it is 6 plus distance from this face to CG. So this face is nothing but it is base of the right angle triangle, and we know that distance from the base is always 1/3 of the length. 1/3 of the length, and length is 3. So it is 1/3 of 3. 1/3 of 3. So 6 plus 1/3 of 3 will give you 7. Will give 7. Now, next I want y bar for this triangle. Y bar for the triangle. So for y bar, the distance is to be measured from x-axis. X-axis. So the distance between x-axis and this centroid. This centroid. Now we can see that this x-axis is in touch with base of a triangle. Base of a triangle. So we are going to measure the distance from again base of the triangle to CG, which is 1/3 of depth now. 1/3 of depth, because we are proceeding in this manner. We are proceeding in this manner. That is vertical manner. And in vertically the triangle distance is 4.5. So it is 1/3 of 4.5, which is 1.5 meters. 1.5 meters. So this is about x bar and y bar for right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. Okay. Now let us come down to the third diagram. Third common figure. Very important one. Very important one. In the third diagram, which is semicircle, the individual centroid lies somewhere at this point. Somewhere at this point. Area of semicircle is pi r square by 2, where r is 2.25. So we have written pi r square by 2, pi r square by 2, semicircle. That is done. Next is I want to write x bar and y bar for semicircle. X bar, I'm going to write it, or I'm going to calculate it with reference y-axis. So the distance between y-axis, that is reference y-axis, and CG, and we see that this reference y-axis is coinciding with the diametrical axis of semicircle, and the distance between the diametrical axis and CG is 4r by 3 pi, which is already being derived. But since we are measuring the distance on the negative side of x-axis, that is to the left of y-axis, this distance is to be taken with negative sign. So we are writing it with negative sign. So minus 4r by 3 pi it is. Minus 4r by 3 pi, where r is 2.25. The minus sign is only because the distance is measured on the negative side of x-axis. Negative side of x-axis. Next, we need to calculate the y bar for semicircle. So for y bar, we know that we are going to calculate the distance from x-axis to CG. So from x-axis to CG, it is d by 2, or it is simply r, where d is the diameter and r is the radius. So d by 2, diameter is 4.5 divided by 2, which is 2.25. Obviously this will be with the positive sign because you are measuring it in the positive direction of y-axis. The distance is being measured in the positive direction of y-axis. Therefore it is 2.25. 2.25. Now next, once we have completed with calculation of area x bar and y bar of individual figures. Next, we need to calculate ax and ay. Ax and ay. So this ax and ay is nothing but it is area into x coordinate, area into y coordinate. So respective ax are being calculated, respective ay are being calculated. Once all these calculations are done, finally we add up all the required data, that is sigma A, that is summation of all the areas, summation of AX and summation of AY. Do not forget to add, do not forget to add this minus sign in the AX column, AX column. So minus sign is to be considered in AX column, compulsory. Okay. So once we are done with calculation of summation of area, summation of AX and summation of AY, we are going to put it in the form of a formulae to get the final X bar and Y bar, final X bar and Y bar. So final X bar is sigma AX divided by A, final Y bar is sigma AY divided by sigma A, which will give me final X bar and Y bar. So in this problem, calculation of area, that is individual area, individual CG are very important. So those are to be properly calculated so that you get final X bar and final Y bar, final X bar and final Y bar. So always while calculating, we are supposed to keep, this negative sign, if any, in mind and incorporate the same. Now, let us move on with the next problem. Yes, a very typical problem, wherein we need to wisely divide the given section. So, in CG problems, it is very important how you actually divide the given section. Now, in this figure, it is required to calculate the CG of the shaded portion. Now, I need to divide this into common geometrical figures first. So what I'll do is I'll just draw the borders of this diagram so that the problem is completed. So if I have to take the borders, yes, now it is more easy for me to solve. Now, in this, what I'll do is I'm supposed to find out the CG of only the shaded part. So I have the dimensions with me. So it is 150 into 50. 150 plus 50. 150, 50. So it is 200 by 200. 200 by 200. So first thing is I'll consider this square or rectangle of 200 by 200. 200 by 200. So in this square, so square is my first diagram. Next diagram is quadrant of a circle. So this is my second diagram, which I'm going to deduct. And finally, the third one is a right angle triangle, which again I'm going to deduct. So in a square, I'm going to deduct the semicircle. I'm going to deduct the right angle triangle. So the first thing is I have divided the section into three diagrams. I'm going to now locate individual centroid. So let this be the centroid of so in a square, I'm going to locate its individual centroid. Next, I'm going to take a semicircle and locate its centroid. Locate its centroid. Similarly, I'm going to locate the individual centroid of right angle triangle as well. So we should approximately know where to locate the CG. Now we have divided the given diagram into three diagrams, that is square, in which I'm going to deduct the semicircle. I'm going to deduct the right angle triangle. So we will solve for one by one now. So first one is a square or a rectangle whose area is 200 by 200. So you can see it is 200 by 200. We have the reference x-axis. So this is my reference y-axis. And this is my reference x-axis. This is the origin. So area is 200 by 200. Next, I want x bar. So x bar is calculated from y-axis to CG, that is individual CG, and we know that it is 200 by 2 for rectangle, or b by 2, which we have already stated. So it is 200 divided by 2, which is 100. The next, I want y bar. Y bar is measured from x-axis, reference x-axis. So the distance between reference x-axis and CG, is d by 2, or it is 200 divided by 2, because the vertical distance also is 200. So 200 divided by 2. And both these are with positive sign, because we are measuring it on the positive direction of x as well as positive direction of y. Now, in the next diagram, we have a quadrant of a circle, which is a deduction. And since it is a deduction, we should always write the area with negative sign, because it is deduction. So the individual centroid lies somewhere at this point. The area of quadrant of a circle is pi r square by 4, where r is 150, which is being shown here. So you have pi r square by 4, which is written with the negative sign, because it is to be deducted. So we have pi r square by 4, where r is 150. Next, I want x bar. So x bar is the distance which is measured from reference y-axis to individual centroid. And since we are measuring it from the face of the quadrant of a circle, we know the direct value, that is 4r by 3 pi. Where r is 150. So it is 4r by 3 pi, which on calculation we get it as 63.66. Next, we have to calculate y bar of quadrant of a circle. Y bar of quadrant of a circle is to be measured always from x-axis. So distance between x-axis and individual centroid, which is again seen that x-axis is coinciding with the face of the quadrant of a circle, and distance between the face of the quadrant of a circle and the individual centroid is 4r by 3 pi again. So it is written as 4r by 3 pi, where r is 150 again. So it is 4r by 3 pi with a positive sign because it is measured in the positive direction of y. So which is again 63.662. Next and the final one diagram, we have a triangle. We have a triangle. In this triangle, the area of a triangle, since this right angle triangle is again a deduction, so the area is to be taken with the negative sign. So it is half base into height, where base is 150, height is also 150. So it is half into 150 into 150, which works out to be minus 3750, because it is a deduction. Now next, locate individual centroid. So individual centroid lies somewhere at this point. I want to calculate x bar and y bar for right angle triangle. Very important for this, the distance between the reference y-axis and the CG. So this distance I want, this distance. So how is this distance calculated? It is 50, which will get me to the apex of the right angle triangle. So I'll write 50, apex of the right angle triangle. Next, I have to calculate from this apex to CG. So since I am calculating it from apex, it will be 2/3 of length, and length is 150. So it is 2/3 of 150 plus 50. 2/3 of 150 plus 50, which is 150 only. 150 only. I hope it's clear. I'll repeat it once again. X bar means I want the distance from reference y-axis to individual centroid, and this individual centroid distance is 50, which will get me to the apex of the triangle, and from apex the distance of centroid is 2/3 of the length, which is 150. So it is 2/3 of 150 plus 50. Next, I want distance, that is y bar, which is measured from x-axis. So distance between x-axis from x-axis to this centroid. So from x-axis, 50 mm will get me to the apex of the triangle again. So it is 50 plus from apex to CG, it is 2/3. of the total length, which is 150 mm. So it is 50 plus 2/3 of 150. So this value is y bar of right angle triangle. So once we get area x and y, we can calculate ax and ay, that is by multiplying area into x coordinate, area into y coordinate. Keep this negative sign in mind. We are supposed to incorporate it. So we will calculate ax, we will calculate ay. Finally, we will calculate summation of area, summation of ax, and summation of ay. Finally, use them in the formulae to calculate x bar and y bar. So after substituting, we get x bar as 124.47 and y bar as 212.86. So in this, we found an interesting thing, that this quadrant of a circle and right angle triangle, they were the deductions which were to be made. From the square. Now finally, we will come to a last problem of today's class. Now, this is also a very interesting problem. Very interesting problem. We should know how to divide the problem. How to divide the problem. Now, as we can see, I want the CG of only the shaded part. Only the shaded part. So, first thing is I should divide the given section. Now, how do I divide it? How do I divide it? I divide it into three diagrams. Three diagrams. The first one is a rectangle. So, I'll just highlight the rectangle I'm going to consider. So this is my rectangle. This is my first diagram. First diagram whose CG lies somewhere at this point. CG lies somewhere at this point. So we see that area of a rectangle, it is 30 by 60. So 30 is given to me. 60 is nothing but it is the radius of this quadrant of a circle. So it is 30 into 60. 30 into 60. This is my reference y-axis and this is my reference x-axis. This is my reference x-axis. So next I will be calculating. X bar and y bar of this rectangle. So x bar always measured from y-axis, which is directly 30 by 2, which is 15. 30 by 2, which is 15. Similarly, y bar, which is measured from reference x-axis. Reference x-axis, that is total is 60. 60 divided by 2. Height is 60. So this height is 60 divided by 2 will give me 30. Will give me 30. So this is as far as rectangle is concerned. The second one, the second diagram is a quadrant of a circle. Is a quadrant of a circle. So we can see that there is a quadrant of a circle here. So this portion, quadrant of a circle whose centroid lies somewhere here. So area of quadrant of a circle, is pi r square by 4, where r is 60. So we have got 60 by this dimension. So it is pi r square by 4, where r is 60. 60 square, pi r square by 4. Next, I want x coordinate. Which is measured from reference y-axis. So this is my reference y-axis. So from y-axis, distance of this centroid. Now, from y-axis, 30 mm will get me to the face. Of the quadrant of a circle. So it is 30 plus. Since I am measuring it from the face, it is 4r by 3 pi. It is a quadrant. Of a circle. So 4r by 3 pi, where r is 60. So it is 30 plus 4r by 3 pi. Next, I want to calculate y bar. What is y bar? Y bar is the distance of individual CG from reference x-axis. So this is my reference x-axis. Distance of this CG from x-axis. Now I do not know the distance from this face of quadrant of a circle to CG, but I know this distance from this face. That is, from the other end, I know the distance, which is 4r by 3 pi. So the distance between this face and CG is 4r by 3 pi. And I know that this total distance is 60. So what I'll do, I want only this dimension. So I will deduct this small portion from this 60, and this small portion is nothing but it is 4r by 3 pi. So it is 60 minus 4r by 3 pi, where r is 60. So this is how we calculate y bar. Since I do not know the distance from this end which I want, I did it the other way, that is by deduction. So total length minus the portion is deducted of which I know the length. I know the length. So I got y bar of quadrant of a circle. Now the final and the last portion is a right angle triangle. That is the third one. Third one, CG lies somewhere at this point, and we should remember that this is a deduction which is to be made. This is a deduction which is to be made, and since it is a deduction, the area is to be written with the negative sign. That is half base into height. Half base into height. So it is half into base is 30, height is 60. Written with negative sign because it is a deduction. So we get the area as minus 900 mm square. Next, I should calculate individual x bar and y bar. Individual x bar and y bar for right angle triangle. So x bar, I'm going to calculate it from reference y axis. Reference y axis. So the distance between reference y axis and individual CG. Since I'm measuring the distance from the base of the right angle triangle, it is 1/3 of 30. So it is 1/3 of 30. 1/3 of 30. Next, I want y bar of individual right angle triangle, and the distance between reference x-axis and the centroid is measured from the base of the triangle. So this distance also is 1/3 of 60. 1/3 of 60 because this distance is 60. Vertical distance is 60. So it is 1/3 of 60 measured from base of right angle triangle. Once all the parameters, that is a, x, y, or a, x bar, y bar of all the diagrams are calculated, we calculate ax, we calculate ay. Next, summation of all the areas, summation of ax, summation of ay, summation of ay. Again, I repeat, not to forget this minus sign which we have got. Once ax, ay, and summation a are calculated, put it in the respective formulas, that is x bar is equal to sigma ax by a, y bar is equal to sigma ay by a, to get final x bar and y bar for solving the problems. So this is how you calculate x bar and y bar for the problems.